So I'm flying again today, and I do receive some messages from patients and friends that they get sick after, flying, after traveling. So maybe you missed a few things, may nakalimutan ka. And here are just some reminders, some health tips when you're flying. Number one, you gotta come prepared. You gotta be able to wear comfortable clothes. I personally prefer wearing slippers because I don't like the hassle of removing my shoes during the security checkpoint. I also come prepared with a jacket just in case, airports can get cold. Airlines, inside the airplane could really get cold. I also make sure that I have everything that I need. For example, I come with a book in hand when I'm traveling. I always make sure that I come prepared because if you don't come prepared, hassles can happen and it's gonna stress you out. You make sure if you're flying internationally, you make sure your passport is handy, your IDs are handy. You gotta come prepared. A lot of people get so sick or stressed out during traveling because they are not so prepared. So I once heard the quote, if you fail to prepare, then prepare to fail. So I hope that helps you. You gotta come prepared. Those people who need to take medications, especially those who are used to them already, make sure you have your medications with you. You don't want to go into a health crisis during traveling. It's the worst time to get sick. And you also make sure that you're prepared in your schedules. You come early to the airport. You don't want to come rushing inside the airplane. That's too stressful with all the security checks, with all the things you have to go through, so that you could ride the airline and afterwards make sure your baggages are fine as well. Bring everything that you need for your travels. You gotta come prepared so that you could prevent the stress. Second is this body tip. You gotta be able to hydrate and urinate. I'm not kidding. It's a stressful place. Airports are not a walk in the park. Airports have a lot of walking, have a lot of talking. You also have a lot of waiting, and the cabin pressure inside the airline as you go up in the skies also makes you lose a lot of water, and you've got to be able to replace what you use. You use up more hydration, you use up more water when you're traveling than your usual routine. So you got to make sure you drink more water, and also as you drink water, you got to excrete those excess. And two things I look for when I go to the airports or whenever I'm traveling out of the house. Number one, I gotta look for a water source. So it's a good thing that airports now have drinking stations, or if you prefer, you could buy water bottles, but I hope that you could just use your drinking bottles and refill. And it's clean anyway, so it's helpful for the environment. So you gotta be able to hydrate very well. And second, you gotta urinate. You gotta go you gotta go to the restroom. Make sure first is find a water source, second find a restroom, find a comfort room or the loo, wherever. You gotta find a place where you can excrete that excess water so that you can release the toxins. Please don't hold it in. Please don't drink. Some people don't drink water because they don't want to urinate. It's the natural course of things, guys. So you gotta be able to hydrate and to urinate. You will need more water and hydration as you travel because it's an unusual thing, not an everyday thing, and you expend more energy. That's why you need to replace your hydration, and you gotta be able to urinate afterwards. Okay. Third health tip for you is a very, very simple health tip. You gotta be able to remember to rest. Find time to rest. Especially for long haul flights, man. You gotta prepare yourself before the flight. Have good sleep before the flight, and if you have a long haul flight, you gotta make sure you plan ahead what you wanna do during that flight. You can snooze. You can read a book. Don't watch too much movies because it really alters your sleep and wake pattern. So one or two movies for a long haul flight is great, but for short haul flights, get a snooze and sleep through it if you want to. It's good that you're also in an airplane mode when you're inside the airplane. No distractions, no networks, nothing. And it gets you to rest your mind, clear out your mind, reflect a little, maybe even pray more, and probably, be alone in your thoughts. And it's good for you, it's good for your mind. And also, find enough downtime after traveling, because I see a lot of people get sick after traveling. Why? Because after traveling, they cramp up their schedules on the first, second day after they travel. And you gotta find your landing page, you gotta find your rhythm again, and take it slow at the start until you find your own rhythm of activities afterwards. Find enough time to rest and recover. All right, so those are 3 health tips for you when you're flying. I hope this is helpful. Again, in recap, number 1, you gotta come prepared. 2, you gotta be able to hydrate and urinate. And number 3, you gotta find enough time to rest. Okay? See you again. Hope this helps you. Please like and share. God bless you. Bye.